Welcome everybody. I'm Edie, coming to you from the Grand Summit Hotel in Park City, Utah. During this time of self-isolation, we have to get inventive with our yoga practices and do them from afar, but in some ways it brings us all more together. And during this time of self-isolation, I think it's a good idea to take the advice of Mr. Rogers and think about all the people in your life that loved you into being. So take a minute and put your hands over your heart and just breathe in, deeply inhaling, deeply exhaling. Close your eyes if you want, and just think about parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, friends, all the people that have loved you into being. And it's generations, years back of people loving each other to create human beings that ultimately bring you here to your mat. So welcome. Gently closing your eyes, breathe in, breathe out, ground yourself into your physical body. We use our yoga practice to remember to connect to who we are, to the other beings in our life, and to the bigger picture, to that beautiful energy or divinity all around us. So as you breathe in and out, bring your hands together in prayer pose in front of your heart. We'll start with one round of Om, which is the universal vibration that resonates in everything. It's been chanted for centuries before us. It will be chanted for centuries after us, and we join our voice to the river of sound. It connects us energetically. So take a nice deep inhale in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth, and together. Bring your hands to your thighs. Take a nice big breath in. Open your eyes. We'll start seated. So let's start with the right leg in front. I'm mirroring you just in case that looks confusing at any time. So right leg in front, and we'll inhale, reach up, arms reach high, hips reach down into the earth, feel the support beneath you. And we'll exhale, take the left arm down, reach the right arm over. If you want, you can come all the way down onto your forearm if that's convenient and comfortable for you. But just working into the stretch. Inhale, reach up, and we'll take it to the other side. Inhale, reach up, look up, we'll take a twist. So this time, right hand comes to left knee, left hand behind you. Root down through the hips and up through the crown of the head and just turn around the spine. Take a nice deep breath here, and as you breathe in, get big and long and tall, and as you exhale, soften and turn. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale up, look up, and we'll take a forward fold. So come up onto your tippy fingers, reach out, reach your hips way back behind you, hands come forward, maybe the forehead comes to the ground. If not, no worries, just be where you are, no judgment. Love your being as it is today. And take some breaths here. Inhale, come on back up. And just take your knees up. We'll sit With the feet flat on the mat, knees bent, just drape your hands over your knees. We'll take some cat-cow here. So as you inhale, you arch your back up. As you exhale, you puff up like a cat. Just working energy and breath through the spine. Waking everything up, saying hello to it. You are a beautiful being here on earth. You've got to learn to love that part of you too, just as much as everybody else does. And we'll take one more. Come up, roll back, take the feet off the mat, come to boat pose, Navasana. So there's some bus stops here. You can hold behind the legs, bend the knees, and sit up as straight as you can. Or maybe extend the legs, extend the arms, sitting up as straight as you can. Wherever you are, we'll take a little flow from here. So on the inhale, we'll come down and hover. Exhale, up. Two more. And up. And up. We'll come back to a seated position, this time with the left leg in front. Take some big shoulder rolls. So both arms come up, reach them back, and up, and back, up, and back. Let's go the other way. Up, and around, and down. Come on, back to sit, reach up, and take a forward fold with this leg in front, and just notice the difference. One side is usually always different than the other, so maybe this time your head does reach the mat. And if it does, roll across your forehead. That's your third eye, your intuition. That's the part that knows that you know, that lets you connect with the bigger picture, lets you connect with inside you. Roll across that, wake it up. In any event, just stretch forward. Inhale, come on up, and we'll roll right over the knees to come to hands and knees. Shoulders over wrists, hips, knees slightly behind the hips, and we'll take that cat-cow again. As you exhale, puff up. As you inhale, arch the back like you're a mooing cow. Just waking up the spine, and you can move the hips. Make this yours. Get to know your physical body, because yoga is all about being in the body, grounding in the body. It's not about escaping. It's about using the body to connect. And the more you connect with yourself, the more you can connect with others and with the energy all around us. We'll come back to a neutral spine. Take the right leg out back behind you and over to the left. Look over your left shoulder. So it's a big arch all through the right side. And then we'll come back, lift the leg up, root down into the right hand, lift the left hand, and we'll take elbow to knee 5 times. And at the end of your 5th, hold it open. Really stretch out in 2 directions. Take it wide so the leg comes to the right, the arm goes to the left. Gently place the foot so the toes are in line with the knee. Left hand is in line with the knee as well. And we'll just raise the right arm up. Gate pose, Parigasana. So really powerfully engage. You're pressing into the earth. And as you press into the earth, you reach up through the fingertips. So we are a physical conduit between heaven and earth. So feel the earth, feel the sky. Root down, rise all the way up, reach up. So right arm comes down the right leg. And then we'll come to just standing on our knees. For a small back bend here, Ustrasana, camel pose. So toes are tucked. Take your hands to your back pockets. Bow forward slightly. Tailbone reaches down long. From the ears, we'll go straight back. And so this could be plenty right here. This is really early in the practice. It's a pretty demanding back bend. But if back bends are your thing, you can always come back and hold the heels. But wherever you are, you don't want lower back pain, so only go as deep as feels delicious. And then we'll come back up, back to hands and knees, and back to cat-cow. Come to a neutral spine. This time the left leg reaches way back and across. Come to the ball of the foot, look over the right shoulder. Just breathing here into a big, nice arch, all through the muscles in between your ribs, the intercostals. They'll love this. We'll help you sing loud and clear. Come back to center. Keep the leg up, root down into the left arm, reach the right, take elbow to knee. Again, 5 times. Holding the belly tight. When you get to the 5th, reach out, reach, 2 directions. Take the leg to one side, the arm to the other. Hold it, take a breath. Gently place the foot, gently place the hand. Reach up. So this should feel good. In all our poses, we're looking for the sweet spot to feel delicious. So if you're shallow breathing and not having fun, back off, way off. And as always, anything I say is just an invitation. If you don't like it, don't do it. Learning to love yourself is one of the first things about yoga. And then we'll come back to that camel pose, Ustrasana. So if you want to untuck the toes, go for it. But you can also go right where we started before and start with the hands on the back. Shins and ankles are moving towards each other. Bow forward slightly, the tailbone reaches long. You want power in your hips. And we're not going from the chin back, we're going ears back so that the head stays in line with the spine. So this could be the first bus stop. Perfect. Really demanding pose. Really vulnerable heart space. So you can always put one hand on your heart as you reach back, and it might help make you feel safer. Or simply stay here. And we'll inhale, come up, back to hands and knees. Take the knees wide, big toes together, reach back, child's pose. So the idea of child's pose, it's a resting pose. So see if you can get your hips right down over your ankles. But if you can't, stop wherever it feels good. Arms in front, head to the mat, if that works for you. And again, if you get your forehead on the mat, roll across it. Give your third eye, give that intuition a little love tap. And just breathe here. Feel those big muscles and tendons that hold the upper and lower half of your body together. Let them stretch and reach out. And we'll inhale forward to hands and knees, tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. So from down dog, look at your hands, make sure they're roughly shoulder width apart here, and really press into the knuckles where your fingers grow out. So much so you want to press the thumb and the index finger together, forearms move together. Bend the knees a lot, stick your booty way out behind you. Inhale forward a little bit past your shoulders, and then come back to plank. Come back up into down dog. and down to hands and knees. Big inhale, exhale, back down dog. And we'll do that again. So come on up to hands and knees, press back, down dog. Big inhale brings you forward past, shoulders past the wrists. This is a wrist stretch. Really claw the floor here. Come back to plank. Up into downward facing dog. Knees come to the mat, press back, child's pose. One more time, so up to hands and knees, press back. Down dog, forward a little bit past, come to your tippy toes if you can. Back to plank, squeeze in, glutes, arms, legs, everything, hold that, come back to down dog. Forward to hands and knees. Back to child's pose. 3 breaths in child's pose. Before you come back up, make your way to downward dog. Look forward between your hands and just take baby steps up to the front of the mat. And maybe you can come up onto your tippy toes. In any event, make your way to the front of the mat. If your hands don't reach the mat, blocks are a really nice option here. I'm trying to do this video without any props, just in case you don't have any. I would like you to make sure you're near a wall, though, that you can use at some point. Anyway, bend your knees, hands on the mat. Look forward. As you press into the mat with your hands and your feet, bow forward. Again, push into the earth, bend the knees, look forward. Press, forward fold. Bend the knees, take the hands to the hips, elbows point to the sky, root through the feet, rise up. Reach up. Hands come to heart center. And here we are in equal standing pose. So, look down at your feet, make sure they're hip width distance apart. Pick the toes up, put them back down. Spread from second toe to pinky toe. Think about your shins, move them in towards each other energetically. You have your central nervous system here, your spine. Think of that as a midline. And you're trying to squeeze your whole body energetically and physically towards it. But not so much that you're white knuckling it. It's more like a love hug, like you're loving yourself into the midline. So shins move in, bow forward slightly, little bend in the knees, hands outside the hips. Now try to press the hips wide as you take the tailbone long. And you'll feel all that power abiding right there in your belly. That's mountain pose. Inhale, the shoulders come up, shoulder blades slide down your back. Mountain pose. Hold all that. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, dive forward. And we'll step the right foot back to a high lunge. So from here, we'll take a little flow. As you bend the back knee, straighten the front. As you bend the front, straighten the back. So this is a really good foundational pose. Hold power throughout the movement. Because in all yoga, you're moving a lot. This is a really good basic movement to know. And the next time your knee comes forward, let's gently place the back knee down. Bring both hands to the front knee. So, remember when I was saying that you have that midline that you want to move towards? So the front heel moves back, the back knee moves forward, gathering energy up into the hips, pulling it there from the hips, pressing back down. So you hold yourself in your foundation to bring yourself up to Anjali Asana. Whew, sorry about that. And reach up. This is a pose of offering. So Dig down deep. Feel the power from the earth course through you and shine all of who you are out your fingers. On an exhale, we'll open to the right, or open to the open side. Inhale back up, and we'll exhale to the other side. Inhale, come back up. Let's place both hands outside the front foot and come roll up onto the heel all the way back for an extended half runner stretch, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, come forward, bend into the front knee, lift the back leg, step back. Downward facing dog. Come forward again, up onto your tippy toes, back to plank. This time we'll take knees, chest, chin to the mat. Untuck the toes, up into cobra. Exhale back. Down dog. Take the right leg up, back, and behind. Bend the knee, move it forward between the hands. And we'll take that little flow of the legs as you bend into the front, straighten the back. As you straighten the front, bend the back. Just warming up the hips, warming up the legs. Next time you find yourself forward, bring the back knee down, both hands come to the front knee. So again, we'll gather all our resources of who we are, hug that in, and then shine it out. Offer it out. Think of somebody who loves you. Think of someone you love. If you're a parent, you've loved people into being, and even if you aren't, you've probably loved other people's kids into being. Or puppies, or kittens. And this time we'll open to the left, and then up, open to the right. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, frame the front foot. Take it all the way back. Inhale, come forward, bend into the front knee, lift the back knee, step forward, forward facing fold, root down, rise all the way up. Hands at heart center. And we have the other leg to do. So, inhale, rise up. Exhale, dive forward. This time, we'll step the left leg back. And we'll bring the knee right to the earth. Taking the right hand outside the right knee, just reach up, stretch up. As you come down, bring both hands inside the front knee. And we'll take this into a lizard stretch. So this could be plenty. You may want to lift the back knee. You may even want to bring your forearms to the mat with the leg up, with the leg down. Just figure out what works for you. This is your body, your practice. How tight are your hips? How loose are your hips? You know, you got to get to know what works for you and what feels good. But if you're straining, it's not working. Inhale, come on up. Let's frame the front foot. And rather than going all the way back to the heel this time, let's just roll up over onto the heel and take that half Hanuman, that half runner stretch. Inhale, come on back up. Step back. We'll come all the way forward, back to plank, knees, chest, chin, Untuck. Bhujangasana Cobra. Back to down dog. Take the left leg up and back. Bring it forward between your hands. Gently place, I'm going to turn around here. Gently place the back knee down. Left hand comes outside the left knee and we reach up. Bring both hands down inside the front, and we'll come back into that really nice hip stretch. So, what works for you? You can also love your yoga practice into being. You're not going to like it if it hurts. So just honor where you are and try not to judge it. Try to just be like, yep, okay, that's as far as I go today. Because tomorrow could be different. And then we'll come back up, frame the front foot, take that half runner stretch. Inhale forward, bend into the front knee, pick up the back knee, step forward, forward facing, fold. Bend the knees, take the hands to the hips, root through the feet, rise up, reach up, hands come to heart center. Samastiti equals standing. Close your eyes, check in. How does it feel? How do you feel? You've done this movement. You know, feels good, probably, generally. So we'll bend the knees, come up into chair pose, Utkatasana. So chair pose is a forward bend and a back bend. More weight in the heels, stick your booty out behind you. We're going to take the hands in prayer pose and take the left elbow outside the right knee. And just breathe here. But hold on tight because we're going to have a little fun here. Really make sure that elbow and knee are tight together and your hands are tight together, like you're hugging in. Think of a midline that you're pressing against. Let's take all the weight into the right leg and come up onto the ball of the left. Look forward. Bow forward a little bit. Lift that leg up. See if you can get some hang time here. Step back so that you're in a revolved high lunge. Whew, magic. You know, you can always put your hands down if you need to. There's nobody watching. You're probably in your own living room in your pajamas, so nobody cares. Let's release the right hand, take it to the thigh, release the left hand. Come up. High crescent. So this is another pose of offering. It feels really good to be in this pose. This is a blissful being pose. You kind of feel like maybe you've just broken through tape, won a marathon. Let's take the heel back heel down, straighten both legs. So you want your legs at least hip width distance apart so you're not on a balance beam. Let's interlace the hands behind the back. Because the right leg's in front, let's take the left thumb on top. Take a baby back bend from the ears. Inhale forward. Bend into the front knee. We'll take a humble warrior. So bow deeply to all that you are, to all the beings who got you here, to all the beings that you will bring into the world, to all the love that's there, that we sometimes forget about, especially in these scary times when our health seems precarious. Inhale, come on up. And we'll release the hands. we'll take a pyramid pose. So you can take your knuckles together, hold your elbows, or take a reverse prayer pose. Whatever works for you. I like reverse prayer pose because my shoulders are tight and it's hard for me. So we'll just bow forward halfway. Now we'll release the hands to the mat so that you're feeling supported here. Bend into the front knee. Take the right hand to the right thigh. Draw the left arm around. Come back to that revolved high lunge. We'll come onto the ball of the back foot. Look forward. Step forward. Voila. Back to revolved chair pose. Exhale. Dive forward. Whoo. Say thank you to your feet. Take a step back. Downward facing dog. Come forward. Back to plank. Knees. Chest, chin. Cobra. Down dog. And from here, bring your feet up just a little bit. Bring them together. Bend the knees. Look forward. Jump forward. Utkatasana. Tadasana. Okay, we have another side to do. So I'm not used to doing the whole class all the time with you, so bear with me here. If I get tired, I'm usually telling you what to do, not necessarily doing it with you at the same time. So back to chair pose. This time, hands come to heart center. We'll take the right elbow across the left knee. So all the weight goes into the outside leg, come to the ball of the inside foot. Bow forward slightly because that will help with counterbalance the weight. Pick the back leg up, pick the inside leg up. Stretch it back. Maybe you catch some hang time. Maybe you don't. Come to revolved high lunge. And enjoy that just for the very fact that you just created that beautiful pose. Release the left hand, press it into the thigh so that you can release the right arm and bring it up to crescent. And again, just soften into who you are here, into the beauty of this stretch. Here you're a conduit. Energy moving up your feet, through the earth, through you, up to the heavens. And we'll take the back foot down, straighten the front leg, interlace the hand, so other thumb on top. So this time it would be the right thumb on top. And this might be your natural side or your unnatural side, but it's good to experiment with both. Take a baby back bend. And then bending into the front knee. Bow humbly into humble warrior. Inhale, come up. Remember whichever handhold you used in the back. Pick it up. And we'll take that half pyramid pose, Purvottanasana. So the front hip is moving back as the back hip moves forward. And we'll release the hands outside the foot. And just soften into that. So there's a soft bend in the knee too. It's not hyperextended back. Let's bend into the front knee. Take the left hand to the left thigh. Bring the right elbow across and over. Hands in namaste. Roll up onto the back ball of the foot. Look forward. called chair pose. And forward fold. Step back, downward facing dog. Let's come forward to hands and knees. Press the feet together, knees wide. Come to a child's pose. And just take a few deep breaths. Thinking about what went right, what felt good, and just being right there with whatever it is. And then we'll come back on up to hands and knees. Back to downward facing dog. Bring your feet together, bend the knees, look forward, jump forward. Utkatasana, chair pose. Tadasana, mountain pose. Good job. We'll take a standing pose from here. So I said earlier, and I probably should have said it at the beginning, make sure you have a wall nearby, just in case you need it. It's always good. We'll take a tree pose. So rooting down into the right leg, come to the ball of the left. You can kickstand it here, bring it to the shin, or reach down and bring it up into the upper inner thigh. If you need the wall, just hold on to the wall. Press the foot and the upper leg together. Pull the belly back towards the spine, root the tailbone down towards the earth. Hands come together in prayer pose. And the more you press everything together, remember that center line, the easier it is to balance. So this could be plenty. But think about growing your roots down deep. When I was a kid, we used to say we would dig all the way down to China in the sandbox, so grow your roots to the other side of the earth. Reach your branches up into the heavens. And let it connect you, let it hold you there. Like this pulsing energy. Bring the hands back to heart center. Release the knee. And we'll just bow forward to a flying warrior, warrior 3. So this could be plenty. You may want your hands on the earth. Totally fine. What you want back here is a really strong leg and even hips. So wherever you are, enjoy it. This is a pretty demanding pose, so let's bend both knees, and we're just going to tuck the left knee outside the right ankle and come down to sit. If this is too much and you can't have both legs bent, extend the lower leg. And we'll take the right arm behind us, left arm up, and take the twist. Inhale, come back to center. Release the leg. And we'll take the left leg up into the upper thigh. So here we are in that basic tree formation again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come forward to whatever feels good. If you find yourself coming from a place back here, it would definitely behoove you to have a bolster or a pillow or a book, because ideally we want the hips up and forward and the V of your pubic bone down and back, so that if you had a tail, you could wag it. Don't want to be sitting on your tail. Just if you're struggling to get forward, that would be why. The other thing you can do is bend the knee a lot, and that will help you get forward. We'll come back up, take the left arm up, hands point behind you, big toe and knee, we're going to come over on top of them, come back to that gate pose, only this time the hand will be over the ear, and reach the hips out. back to center. My right leg is in front, and we'll just stand up. Shake it out. And we'll take the other side. So this time, root down into the left leg and bring the right to tree, so that there's all these different bus stops. And of course you can always have the wall if you need it. Squeeze in, hug into yourself. Love that being that you are. Love it as much as the people who loved you here. And then grow. Extend. Bring the hands back to heart center. Release the knee. Stretch back. I'm too close again. Stretch back to that flying warrior. And again, you can take the hands out front if you want. That's a lot. Or take it in support. And also blocks help here too. So never be afraid to get help. Bend both knees. This time we'll take the right knee behind the left ankle. And again, if it's too much, take the leg out. We'll take the left arm up and behind. Lots of places to go with a twist. Hand, crook of the elbow, elbow outside the knee. And we'll inhale, unwind, and come to that head to knee pose, Janushirshasana. So this is a very active leg. That heel is really actively engaged. You're pressing the foot and the leg together. So you're really holding, harnessing that energy in so that you can reach up and extend and expand out to wherever it feels good. Maybe your head comes down. It's really past your knee to your shin, but it doesn't have to. As long as you're dragging that heel back or even bending the knee a lot. But make it feel good. You want to feel that stretch all across your lower back. It feels good. We'll come up, take gate pose to the other side. So, this time the right hand's behind you, left arm is in front. We'll come onto the big toe of the knee and reach it up. And it's a good place to put your hand on your heart. Think of somebody you love. Maybe it takes you deeper. Maybe it makes you feel safer. And then we come back out the way we began. This time the left leg is over the right. But I'm not going to make you stand up. We're just going to go directly into pigeon. So if your left leg is in front, just take your right leg out behind you. And we'll come to pigeon. Breath. So back toes can be tucked, and you're pulling the front knee forward and down, or untucked, but just make sure it's active. Maybe come down, stretch it out. This is not a vacation though, so make this an active stretch. We'll come all the way back up. Hug in, so front knee moves back, back leg moves forward. Maybe the hands come to the hips. Maybe they reach up. You can bring your hands to your heart. And release. Let's bring the back leg forward and the front leg back. Coming into pigeon, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana prep on the other side. So take your time. Think about, you can even be right on the shin. You want the knee outside the wrist as much as possible. If you can come to the full expression, really drive into the knife edge of the foot. I can't. So you want to be pressing into the toenail side of the foot and have more of a straight line between the knee and the toes. And you can come forward. Inhale, come up. Maybe the hands come to the hips. Maybe you reach up. Maybe you take your hands to your heart. Be grateful for all those family members you're stuck in the house with. Remember how much you love them. And come on down. We'll make our way to standing. Now is the time that I would like for you to have a wall. And you can bring your mat to the wall. I'm going to leave mine where it is just because it's easier. But standing in front of a wall, just take some bends at the wall. Remember we were doing this before. 4 or 5. We're going to have a little bit of fun and go upside down just a little bit. So before you panic, I want you to just take your foot to the wall and see where your hips are and the wall, but make sure you can press the wall. Bring your foot back, turn around. We're going to bring our hands right where our feet are. And then you're going to take a little downward dog back to the wall. So, this might be enough. If you want to go a little farther, bring one foot up the wall, bend the knee, press into the wall, bring the other foot up. And if this could be plenty. If you want a little more, press out until your feet are in an L shape at the wall. See if you can take 10 breaths. Maybe lift one leg up, and then the other. And come down. And be grateful. That's way harder than handstand, but it's really good practice. And look at it and feel how like, whoa, you feel from doing that. So just sit on your heels here for a minute. And just rest. Take a few breaths. In fact, you can take your hands, and we'll take a mudra or a hand seal. Just keep your index fingers pointed and your thumbs together. Raise them over your head, squeeze your ears. This is Vajrasana. It's thunderbolt pose. It means indestructibility. So feel powerful, feel strong, because you can either do that again, or you can make a few swing and springs and maybe see if you can come up to the wall. So if you're going to go a little bit farther, hands are pretty close to the wall, but you don't want to knock your head. So you can be pretty far away and your feet will still come to the wall. So the idea is to move shoulders over wrists. We're not going to start from way back here to take our leg up. We're going to start with our shoulders over our wrist. One leg forward, one leg up, and just swing and spring. Maybe catching the balance. Try both legs. And you can always catch the wall. Bring your head through. And you're upside down. Woohoo! Come back. Take a seat. Be thankful that you're still a kid, that you can still go upside down occasionally and bring the soles of your feet together. This is called bound angle pose or Baddha Konasana. Let's take the hands under the shins, inside the thighs. Press up. Press them all together. Come forward. When your shins move in and your thighs move back and wide like that, it opens space in your lower back and lets you bow forward more comfortably. Little bit more fun before we slow down. Peace fingers in between your toes. Rock back, come up, Upavista Konasana. And for even more enjoyment, rock back, rock forward, rock back, rock forward, back, whoo, come up, and maybe go down, forward. Head, whoop, to the mat, roll across your third eye. Love yourself for being who you are right now. Wherever you are, come back up. Make your way to your back. Hold your knees into your chest. Rock them around. Roll them around. Roll across your sacrum. And let's take the right leg to the mat. Interlace your hands behind the left. Extend the bent leg out. Upper hip moves away. Bottom leg is really strong and powerful with the heel actively engaged. Bend the knee. Take the opposite hand across and pull it into a twist. So your knee is going one way, you're looking the other way. And just enjoying all the fruits of your practice so far. Inhale, come back to center. Rock around on with your knees. Let's take the left leg down, reach up behind the right. Extend the left leg out. Bend the knee, opposite hand to knee, draw it across. Take the opposite arm out. You can take it into, like a cactus arm or out straight. Look over towards that arm. If this is hard on your lower back, squeeze your upper inner thighs towards each other. Try to make room in your lower back. Inhale, come back to center. Take the knees in. We'll take a happy baby. So feet come up. Hands come inside the knees and outside the feet. And you pull down on the feet as you press up into the hands. So you have that balanced action again of hugging in and shining out. So there's always going to be, and the elbows and the knees are pressing together. So anywhere body comes in contact with floor or prop or body, those are midlines, and those are what hold you. Those are the boundaries that you move against that give you the power to expand into the pose, kind of like blowing up a balloon. And you can rock side to side. You can stretch one leg out. Whoop. If I run on this side, stretch the other leg out. And one, and then the other. Come back to center. Give yourself a hug. Really tight for a job. Really well done. And take your legs out. Allow the ankles to just open. Hands down by your side. We'll come into Shavasana. Corpse pose, final resting pose. So as you lay here, for the next few minutes, close your eyes. Allow your practice to just saturate your being. Notice if you've cultivated a feeling of contentment, if you're actually enjoying being in your physical body right now. Because that's the point. We connect to the physical body, we connect to the earth, we connect to what's bigger. We realize we're part of everything. Especially each other, even in this time of disconnection, or what feels like disconnection, we really aren't. So as you close your eyes, try to soften. Let your eyes drop back into your head. Soften your cheeks, soften your lips, soften your ears, soften your hair. Just let your whole head release back. And then move to your arms and just allow them, upper arm, forearm, hands, to gently, easily relax down into the earth. And your neck and shoulders and back, your belly and your heart space. Soften, relax. Hips, glutes, thighs, knees, shins. See if you can just allow them to just melt into the earth. Feet and toes. Take a big breath. Hug it all in. Every single part of you, move it in and then release it. Softening into that final pose. And you can know now that everything you've done, everything you've learned is imprinting in all the cells of your body. So every time you come to the mat, you have that knowledge. And every time you come, you learn a little bit more. So it's a journey and it's small increments. And you can enjoy that. I'll mind the time for just a few minutes here. Shavasana is one of the most important pauses you can take, so really resist springing up to do the laundry. Try to enjoy this. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Start to bring your awareness back to your physical body. Soften into the breath. Feel the earth beneath you, supporting your entire back body, but also feel the openness to the sky above you. And remember, you're connected to both. Small movements with your fingers and toes. You can rock your head side to side, roll your wrists, roll your ankles. Let's bring our knees and bend them up. Maybe take a morning stretch. And in the next 1, 2, 3 breaths, make your way to one side or the other and just pause in a fetal position. So notice we go from final resting to fetal, so it's this cycle. And take a breath of gratitude for being you and for your yoga practice and taking the time to reconnect to you and to all those others who loved you into being. Take the hand closest to your heart, press back up, come back to a comfortable seat. And we'll close the way we started with one round of Om. So hands come together in front of your heart in prayer pose, Anjali Mudra. And by joining our voices back together, we seal our practice, and all our voices from wherever we are, we can offer that up. And maybe it'll touch somebody and make them smile and they won't even know why. So, big inhale in through the nose, side out through the mouth, hand together. I bow to the light, the beautiful being that's in you, that's also in me. Namaste. Have a great day, evening, afternoon, everybody. Thank you.